my dear Libra. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of August with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. If you want to watch the channel's readings in advance and ads free, you can become an extended member to the channel. I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check out the different levels through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. This will be a love reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. I usually read for the empath side of the story within this dynamic, but also remember that the other person holds up a mirror of your shadow. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. I can also recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for July, because that's the energy right now, easy, recognizable, and this will be the prediction for August. I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. When I open your deck here, I see the Five of Cups, Ace of Coins, Seven of Wands. This seems like a situation where someone has used another person's vulnerability or sadness. It doesn't have to be used per se, but one person is sad and offering something and the other person is just being blunt and saying no. So that's allowed. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Four of Swords with the Seven of Wands in the reversed. So is someone definitely feeling irritated? I'm almost feeling like a wasp here, or someone that wants to be left alone in their little, wasp nest. So with the Seven of Wands here being Mars in Leo, it's a warrior energy, and the Four of Swords is like, leave me be. So maybe you're dealing with an energy that maybe you want to reconcile with them, but they are like highly irritable and wants to be left alone. Or this is you, Libra. This Four of Swords is Libra. This is Leo Mars energy. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we see the Six of Coins with the Seven of Wands. So again, I'm feeling two different sides of the story. Six of Coins is a person trying to make things right, trying to fix things in the relationship, being the bigger person, maybe trying to heal broken wounds and become friends. And this person doesn't want to have any of it. Okay, so I call the six elements. And here we have the Five of Swords in the reverse with the Seven of Wands in the reversed. Maybe this person is just playing you. Maybe they want you to come after, but it's something they don't want to take the blame, or maybe they feel like you are nice initially, but then you start blaming them. Something like that. Because I definitely feel an energy of this person doesn't want to take more blame from you. Thank you very much. Okay, or you don't want to take any more blame from this person. It can go both ways. Okay, so six elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. So I want my dear Libras to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so it's just done there suddenly. Okay, so I will just tune in to you, the person most on your mind and your relationship in August. So this is the new bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands, the irritated wasp. I definitely feel like we need to take an oracle card to understand this situation here. Someone will always get hurt. Okay, So it's not only that they think they will be blamed, they don't want to get more pain from this situation. So if you are being rejected by your person, it might not be because they don't love you, they don't want to hurt you, they don't want to hurt themselves, they don't want to hurt their family, their friends, everyone that gets involved when this relationship goes south. Okay. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's the Hierophant in the reverse. I think before it might have been commitment issues in this situation. I don't think this is the same thing anymore. Maybe the person, like they are this irritated wasp, maybe they want to be left alone, maybe not the best commitment material or to make a family together with, but I don't think it's that much of an issue for this person anymore, which might be something that you initially have had a lot of conflicts about. It's also an element of something with this person's family. Either their family has been bad role models when it comes to love, or they might have a very delicate taste of how a family should be or a relationship should be, so they're very picky. Or it can be that this person have had a hard time letting go of their family, so they can't really, it's hard for them to create a new, or maybe they are already overwhelmed by their family and therefore they don't want to commit to you. So there's different degrees in hell, as I used to say. So this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind, and this is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind when it comes to you, and this is your feelings towards them, the bond between you two, their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for your relationship for August, and this is their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation here, and it's the Two of Swords, which is Libra energy again. I'm kind of feeling that both of you don't want to rip up the bandage and expose the wound again. So maybe you are tiptoeing in front of this person, not trying to irritate the wasp, and they don't want to, they don't want to be irritated because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt themselves, and all this. It's very diplomatic energy, the Two of Swords, but it's not dealing with the issue. So the issue can remain forever. Like maybe both people have some kind of magnetic attraction, but neither is doing anything about it because of the hassles, the problems, the consequences, and how this will spread like rings on water with negative consequences for a lot of people, at least in our mind, because this is very much on a mind level and we are ignoring intuition and feelings here. So there might be an alternative solution, but maybe neither of you are seeing it. And this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. We have a Ace of Wands here, and it can actually be both the irritating wasp, but it can also be the person having the desire to, make amends. Six of Pentacles. You're not irritating with the person. You just feel like it could be nice to be friends. It could be nice to be able to communicate, or how have you been, instead of this icicle here or ice machine where we're trying to be, it's very stale, politeness, or even no non-communication at all. So this can definitely be the inspiration, because we have forgiven the situation, so we don't feel hurt by it anymore, and then we get this divine inspiration to fix it and be friends, and this lovey-dovey, positive attitude that this can be so great. Okay, there's a solution. This is it's like a relief, being able to breathe out after a tough conflict, or some kind of stale energies being burst open, because we feel this that we want to communicate and just release the energy and be nice towards each other again. So if there has been a breakup or silent treatment, or if you just had a little bit of a conflict, it can be different severity to the energy. So you might just have a conflict, and this might be a situation where we feel inspired to to deal with that conflict in a hands-on kind of way and just fix it, because we don't feel attached to the outcome. We don't have to win. But the Ace of Wands is tricky because it's both passion, like this youthful passion, like the Fool, like taking the leap of faith, but it can also be like pure anger. I'm actually talking more about the curious energy, and therefore I think this is what you have, the more curious, what's on your mind. It's you're inspired to maybe communicate with this person, or you're inspired to solve things with this person. And this is how they, like what's on their mind with you. And it can go vice versa like this, that this person thinks that you are unreachable, and this angry wasp, like leave me be or I will sting you. So it can easily be that they are thinking that you are like this. But why I laughed is because the first initial thing was, of course, me seeing this angry little wasp wants to be left alone, and that is what I'm going to interpret as their energy. Someone will always get hurt, leave me be. But it's very hurt energy, as I said. It's a little bit martyr, it's a little bit victim. It's a little bit, oh, you did me like this, and now I can never forgive you. You see, forget you, I can never forget you. And they want to say, no, I can never forgive you. So you see, it's very complex energy. A Hermit is Virgo here. You might be dealing with Virgo, or it can be fire. We have seen air also. Yes. So you feel inspired and they feel very non-inspired. They miss you but don't want to admit to it, is what I'm feeling, okay? Because someone will always get hurt. And this is the bond between you two. 5 of Cups. Yes. We saw with the initial opening of the card that probably you felt disappointed, and but you wanted to fix the situation, and the other person said, hell no. But here I'm seeing this person being disappointed, but they don't have any hope that it can be fixed because someone will always get hurt. I think this person might have tried their best, even if it wasn't good enough, or the person wasn't they weren't fighting as good as you for this, or it's still that maybe this is a highly sensitive person, so they tried as much as they could, and then they couldn't try anymore because they get overwhelmed. They feel like skinless, and they get like highly irritated, and maybe they want to act very diplomatic and grown up, but if they get too disappointed or too skinless, they can't. They will start to be acting like very reactive. We saw with the 7 of Wands that came repeatedly. Maybe this person thinks that you knew me as I were before, and then I had a lot of patience. But now I'm overwhelmed, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, I don't have any hope with this. So if we would to engage again, you wouldn't recognize me because I'm not the same hopeful, giddy person that I was. And I'm saying this ironically because I never think this person was ever hopeful or giddy, but it's worse now. We can say that it's worse now, okay? So they're very hurt. It's a lot of pain with this person. And it's a lot of disappointment between you two. You're probably disappointed because the person can't put their best foot forward and stop being so, highly sensitive. Or from your point of view, it might be like they are a runner, or they are a person that avoids conflicts, or avoids dealing with stuff, or doesn't talk to you, don't communicate about how they feel, things like this. But it's because they don't want to wake the sleeping bear. And now they feel like the sleeping bear has awoken. They might be irritated towards friends, family, things like this. And they don't want to have you in that mix as well. Particularly since your relationship might not have the best track record. Okay. This is your feelings towards them. And we have the Devil in the reverse. So I'm thinking you're starting to forgive this person. You don't feel as angry with them as you might have done in the past. Probably you felt like they were a really abusive player, stupid person. And now you don't see that anymore because maybe you have liberated yourself from a lot of different you have ideas, you had ideas, you still have these ideas, but I think you are more on top of them right now. But you have had ideas of how you were supposed to be loved, or what you need to come with into a relationship to be loved. So I think you were a little bit codependent to this person, and they had big limits, like a lot of limits that made them hard to be together with in a relationship. This 15 is connected to the Lover's card, but it comes in the reverse, so it shows that you are not shackled by love anymore, but you have this inspiration, like you still like the person, or you might even love the person, but you don't have, the same codependency to this person, and you feel like you won't be as bogged down with their mysterious personality. But of course, this can be an element of a person also. This can be you refusing commitment, or you feel like you got free from that person and they are always so sad and highly sensitive. It can go like this as well. So we'll see their feelings towards you. Yes, this easily overwhelmed person. So they feel very unstable, like they are on a very unstable place. They're standing in a swamp, and it's like they try to move, and they are fearful of falling maybe into the water or getting wet feet. It's I think this person has enough with themselves right now, but they definitely feel really affected by this situation still. They're trying to act as if they don't hurt, and that they have their shit together, but we can see that they barely have their shit together. I wouldn't say that this is some like great love card. It's 2-2, so basically refusing you, or not choosing you, or not taking the decision, or not moving forward. So it's a little bit of a block here, because the person is just trying to cope with their everyday life, is what I'm feeling. They have enough of that already, and they don't have much energy left to deal with a challenge. They can't take on a challenge right now, so therefore they're saying no to any kind of challenge. It might be deeper issues with this person, like having troubles also when it comes to career, or even coping with everyday life responsibilities. I'm not saying the person is irresponsible. I'm just saying it's overwhelming to them with the responsibility. They might be very responsible, because typical is that this kind of person don't want to be dramatic. They want to be responsible. They want to follow certain rules, but under the surface they might rebel against this and act shady, or like a player, or they can act like they don't invest themselves fully, but it's because they need to choose where to invest themselves, because they're so sensitive. And this is your behaviors and attitudes, and we have the Queen of Coins here, so it shows very stability. I think you could actually help this person where they're at right now. This is both Virgo energy as well, so I think you can understand this person on a deep level, and you're not so affected by their mood swings and their problems anymore, because it seems like you are in a place where you feel rather good, and you're freeing yourself from old shackles and chains in relationships, and old demands of how you needed to behave to be loved, or so you seem to be in a rather good place, and you have a lot to offer, and you feel lighthearted and a little bit giddy maybe. It's not a super giddy card, but it's like very resilient, very resourceful. You have a lot of energy to spread around, and this person doesn't have that. But maybe, I don't know why you would want this person if you're on this high place. You can the only thing that can happen is that you will either sink to their level of depression, or maybe you will be able to affect them in some way, or lessen their burden. But then we have the risk of you becoming codependent to them, fixing their issue. Even if they are overwhelmed, they need to learn how to fix their own problems. So we'll see here their behaviors and attitudes. Oh, the 8 of Wands. The first thing I'm getting here, the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, they're constantly thinking about this missed communication, that they maybe said no to a communication with you, or acted like they didn't care. this is what's starting to get to them, is what I'm feeling. That is starting to weigh on them, and they're starting to become more and more like a little bit depressed with this. It's like a missed opportunity is what I'm feeling here. So it's a really nervous energy. This is usually a very good card. It says communication, that the person will reach out and communicate with you. But the foundation to this would be that they feel like they missed an opportunity. Maybe they shot down an attempt from you to make peace here, or give them something nice with this queen. She is spreading seeds, all around. It doesn't care if it ends up on like rocky ground or not. It's a person that just is this natural giver. And maybe this person feels like, this could have been something. It could have been good. Why am I always so scared? And why am I always so like... in Sweden we have a saying, like the lady against the stream. It's not really lady, it's more, I don't think you have this word in English. In Sweden it's kärringen mot strömmen. So, and kärring, it means loved one, but it has become like a bad nickname for girls, because it's someone that's strong and, like the wife in the household that rules everything with the iron fist. So, and this is the iron fist lady against the stream. So I'm thinking this person is like that always, and it's also screws up things for themselves. Okay, and this is the outcome for August. And we have the Ten of Swords here. It doesn't feel like the worst energy ever, actually. We have both the Devil here and the Ten of Swords with this black energy, but it's in reverse. It's like the swords are coming out. Maybe it can be that, I'm surely seeing it with you, that you are less irritatable, you are more resilient, more cool, more rock solid, so things doesn't affect you in the way that they did before. So I'm thinking your hurt is starting to subside. You're not taking whatever the person did or said in the past personally anymore. You realize that they had a lot of issues, and you're not blaming them for these issues, but you're not blaming yourself either. Some of you might be blaming them. It's different degrees in hell again. So I'm seeing almost like a healing is happening here with this, and that we're freeing ourselves from old patterns, old pains, old hurt, things that doesn't need to affect us anymore. It's gone, it's over, we have worked through it. It's like karma that has been burnt up and doesn't have any more energy. But the thing we have left here is this Eight of Wands. I will take some clarifications to it. We are a bad match. I have a lot of insecurities, and yet they would want to reach out to you. So you see, it's like a very wobbly energy. Someone will always get hurt. We are a bad match. I have a lot of insecurities, but here they feel the same passion, or even more intense than what you are feeling here. So I think this person really misses you, but they're trying to convince themselves that someone will always get hurt. We are a bad match. But the truth is that they are very highly sensitive. They have a lot of insecurities, and they miss you. So that's what I'm feeling. It's a sad story, because this person can't really do so much about it. They need to muster up some kind of strength. This is connected to the strength card. And then they would come off as, I don't have a problem in the world. My life is fine. I just wanted to say hello. It can be very basic. So if this person would reach out, it would come with it's an iceberg that's being visible above the ocean, the little tip, but it's a massive thing underneath, and it's all this pain and hurt and self-loathing and the disappointment on your relationship, that they felt so connected with you, but they had to realize you were a bad match because things didn't work out. I think a lot of the reasons to why things didn't work out, because I feel like this person wasn't invested, and maybe you were a little bit too invested. It's still the same energy, a little bit too invested, too little invested. But here we see the person is investing, but they are very scared, and they need to muster up a lot of courage to go with this Eight of Wands, which would be communication. I will take some cards for your point of view here. I love you more than I want to admit. Yes, it's very light-hearted energy. I don't see like super much love. So I think you are also hiding your true intention. You might come off as saying, I want to be friends, or I just want to have closure, or I just want to make sure you're all right, or whatever. But it's really like you still love this person. It was important for me to be the provider. It still seems. Maybe this is why you're drawn to this person, because you could be like a parent to them, fix their problems, and, you know, feel good about having organized the world here. And this person, that's probably, they are not I think they are an organized person, but only to the level that they can handle. And then there's a level where they can't handle things. Okay, this was important. I think this is a little bit your codependency thing, that you might want to fix people, or want to solve their problems, or want to organize their life. My surrounding didn't approve. Yeah, I'm thinking that's an issue right now, that it's hard for you to engage in this relationship because you feel like the whole world is kind of tired of your relationship. So that's what I'm feeling there. But you're still on, like you're switched on. And the old pain and maybe even abuse that have been in this relationship is starting to, you know, you're forgetting it. It's like childbirth. A woman that has been in labor, she says, I will never do this again. It almost killed me. Felt like I was going to die. And then 2 years later, it comes a new baby. So we just forget about the pain and the hurt. And this is what's happening now. And therefore, you feel so free. But I think if you would be in the relationship with this person again, you will remember what it was that was a problem. You would see it pretty instantly, I think. I don't know how to advise you with this really, but we'll see what the divine says. The outcome for this relationship, it's not okay. Reconciliation. It didn't stick up much. It usually comes up. So it's like a question mark, I would say, to this. We can see that both of you are on, like you are on towards this person. They are on towards you, but, you know, they have a lot of insecurities. So it's very wobbly with this person. They would rather, you know, not ever think about you again and leave it be, because it's irritating to them. Not in an angry fashion, but it's irritating. It irritates their sensitivity. So that's what I'm feeling like. That's the best description. And so either they break because, you know, they miss you so much that it trumps the irritation that your relationship could add to their life. I don't think this is a very resilient person. So maybe they can't take like more breakups, more drama. And I don't think it's you displaying the drama. I think it becomes very dramatic when a person is trying to escape everything. Then everything becomes very dramatic. If we can be more rock solid, more like this, there's a children's toy that has like a lead bottom, so it's always end up straight. Even if you push it, it's end up straight. And this is what I'm feeling for this energy here. But this person doesn't have that ability. When they are pushed aside, they lay aside until they can pick themselves up, and it can take like months for them to pick themselves up. So when you think they are running, they might be going into a depression and just, you know, laying down and not getting out of bed. Okay. So some advice card for you, definitely this for you, but for the other person, I think even the divine is a little bit unsure about this person because they are so easily breakable. This is you here, or the advice for you, and we have the building block. So it's very the throne here, like rock solid. Here you rock solid on this, what you have built and organized. 28, 27, 28. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is the time when your focus needs to be on the foundation you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Changing page. Are they still true for you? Will this stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you can construct your life? Now you're making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So I'm thinking this is old views that you have had of yourself and the world, and it's healing. And I'm thinking it might be childhood trauma that's being healed. It can be past life things. It can be like old things that you have carried with you from old relationship. It's almost like it's melting away in the sun like snow. Okay. When you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundation of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. So it seems like you're very curious about the people in your surrounding, or at least this person. You are moving towards laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, more powerful together than apart. So that's probably why you feel this inspiration moving towards this person, because it's something happening here. Maybe this time it could be a better chance for you, or this time you can fix it. Or if you have had a minor conflict, it will surely be solved, okay? But if it's a bigger rift, it's a more unsure, okay? And this is the other person. I'm feeling this, hermit energy. This is their go-to move, when everything gets a little bit overwhelming. But this is better, instead of the lady against the stream, this is being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. I'm still feeling like it's like a little bit escapism, but isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seems to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. There are points in the relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Yeah, it might be that this person has a little bit control issues as well. If they don't know the outcome, they don't want to engage. Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. And I'm thinking relaxing is what's hard for this person, but this is the advice that they need to relax and go a little bit with the flow here. They feel sad being without you. They're trying to fight this and, be putting a fence against you, but it turns anyway, like the 7 of Wands turns to the 8 of Wands. So they don't want to close you out. They want to communicate with you. But it's also horrible for them to do so, because that will expose them to consequences, like things they can't control. Maybe you won't behave nicely in the relationship and they will get hurt, or they will get overwhelmed or feel sick and can't be with you, and that will hurt you and them, and it's they don't have very good expectations, can put it like that. Okay. So I would urge you to watch the reading, the True Thoughts and Feelings, in the True Thoughts and Feelings playlist, that will probably tell you more about this story, or the reading, what do they want to happen between you for your sign. And I can also recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for July, because that's the energy right now. This will be the prediction for August, so you might recognize yourself and your relationship more in the July reading as of now. So until next time, take really good care and bye-bye.